Good day, everybody. This is Tarot Talk with Lorna, and welcome to my channel. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here on the beautiful Gold Coast. It's very hot and humid, and I'm just staying nice and cool and chilled out in my office here in the air conditioning. I just thought I'd jump online and record this short video to add to the collection of the tarot video series that I'm recording that are all about my soul tarot journey deck and how to read the tarot. So the card that I've chosen today as I follow on from the soul card, which was 0, we looked at the Magician card number 1 in the previous recording video that I did, and today we're looking at the High Priestess card 2 in the Major Arcana, and that is the card there as I hold it up. Now the image on this card, like I've mentioned in the other videos that I've done explaining this deck, is that I've personalized them. The image, this is actually me. It is a photograph of myself, and I have a crystal ball in front of me. I'm sitting at a table, and there is a deck of tarot cards spread out on that table. That photograph was taken quite a few years ago because, as you can see, I look very different there. Short, dark hair. I was a lot younger. I was in my 40s, and I was a professional tarot reader at different fairs and markets. So that's the reason I chose that card, and I'm going to explain a bit more about why I chose that card as I go along. But this card, the High Priestess card in the Major Arcana, represents intuition, spiritual insights, mystery, a medium, which means a medium can communicate to the spirits that have passed over, science, perspective, wisdom, inner guidance, trust, and the occult. Now, upright, those are the meanings of this card. But if the card were to come upside down, I have the meanings for the reverse, which is secrets, disconnected from your intuition, blocked, conceit, withdrawal, silence, doubt, fearful, distrust, and ignorance. So let me explain more about the meaning of this card. Now, I've written a really good description of the cards in my book that comes with the deck, and the Priestess card, let me explain this. The Soul, the Magician, and the Priestess are the main characters or players in the story of the tarot deck. Now, every card and every person in the tarot represents a part of these 3 characters. And the Soul represents the superconscious, the Magician represents the self-consciousness or logic mind and the everyday mind, and the Priestess represents the subconscious mind. Now, she is the pathway to access the superconscious mind or the spiritual realms. Now, she is the epitome of memory, and as such is the guardian of the great library of all knowledge and wisdom. She is like a blank tape. She's receptive, impressionable, and operating continuously without the need of conscious consent, which means she channels through her gifts and ability. She can channel information from the spiritual realms very easily. In other words, as you read these words with your conscious mind, your inner priestess or your subconscious mind is also busy subliminally recording input from your environment. So she tunes into the environment, and she can also automatically tune into the realms above and within. Now, the image I use, like I said before, on the card is a photo of myself that was taken many years ago when I was a professional tarot reader and I was a student of the occult. And I was a member of a magical group And also at that time I was running Wiccan rituals while learning to tune into my psychic abilities and develop them, and subconscious mind. Now this eventually led me to teaching spiritual development groups. I taught some Wicca courses, and I also ran quite a few tarot courses. Now Carl Jung said that in addition to our immediate consciousness, which is of a personal nature, there exists a second psychic system of a collective universal and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals. Now this collective unconscious does not develop individually, but is inherited. So it consists of pre-existence forms, the archetypes which can only become conscious, secondary, and which give definite forms to certain psychic contents. So it is by way of the collective unconscious that we can become aware when a friend is troubled on the other side of the world, or know who is on the phone when it rings. And the difference between the subconscious and the collective unconscious is our personal subconscious, which may be likened to a stream flowing into the ocean of the collective unconscious. The feminine archetypes in the tarot are split between the priestess and Mother Nature. Now the priestess is the mysterious unknown that women often represent, especially in cultures that focus on the tangible and the known. So how do we read this card if it comes up in a reading? How do we interpret this card? Well, I guess at the end of the day, it really does depend on your question. But generally, the priestess poses a challenge for you to go deeper and to look beyond the obvious, the surface situation, to what is hidden and obscure. And she also asks you to recall the vastness of your potential and to remember the unlimited possibilities you hold within yourself. So she teaches that everything you need to know is already within you, like the seed that knows exactly which tree it will become. You have a similar inner blueprint. Now the priestess can represent a time of waiting and allowing, and it is not always necessary to act to achieve your goal. So sometimes they can be realized through a stillness that gives desire a chance to flower within the fullness of time. So to take the time to know that there's no rush, to listen to your inner guidance. So that basically is the meaning of this card. Now, the priestess as people, well, the priestess can represent psychics, mystics, mediums, channelers, healers, teachers, mentors, nuns, therapists, spiritual coaches, psychologists, hypnotherapists, researchers, genealogists, librarians, spa owners, meditators, and educators. So often when this card comes up, sometimes the person is already working on their intuition. They're becoming a medium or a psychic, or they've done a lot of research into the occult. They're really interested in how the subconscious works. They may be a therapist or very spiritual. This card represents the moon. There is an astrological component that goes with each of the major arcana cards, and the moon is the planet that goes with this card, and the moon is the ruler. So the moon stands for Cancer, water. It's a sign known for being sensitive, emotionally nurturing, protectiveness. It can represent moodiness. You know, when it's a full moon, people can be quite crazy. They call them lunatics because of Luna, the moon. It can also represent dependence and a strong connection to the past. In numerology, it's number 2. So that reflects the conscious mind, the magician, and what you reenact, repeat, or react to are the byproducts of what you are focused on and like a sponge, you absorb. So what you focus on grows, and the number 2 is also found in the yin and yang symbol, and it's the perfect balance of dualities, living harmoniously while each still maintains intact identities. That's why this card, the Priestess, goes with the Magician. They're a couple. They represent the yin and the yang, the logic mind, the thinker, the planner, the information gatherer, and then the Priestess is the intuition, the spiritual side, the feminine. So the number 2 also describes how seemingly opposite or contrary forces may actually be complementary and interconnected and independent in the natural world, and how they may give rise to each other as they interrelate to one another. So the links to the Hermetic principle of polarity: everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extremes meet, all truths are but half-truths, all paradoxes may be reconciled. And the meaning of number 2 is also a numerology representation of karma. So contrary to popular belief, karma does not refer exclusively to destiny. Karma, simply put, refers to cause and effect. So the number 2 represents the universal law of cause and effect. And every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. And there are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. Now, the crystal that aligns with this card is the moonstone. And moonstone is highly aligned to the feminine energy of the universal and the energy of the moon and its cycles. It is known as the stone of new beginnings. And with its new beginnings, it brings insight, intuition, and the moonstone is uplifting and calming. And it enhances psychic ability and calms reactions and aids in self-analysis. So that's the Priestess card. Card number 2, ruled by the moon astrologically. And it is an extremely spiritual card. So what I would like, if you'd like to put some comments below when you've watched this video, if you have questions, please comment below. And if you would like some advice or some help to interpret your reading, your tarot readings, I'm here to help you to do that. If you could just share a little story or a question that you have around your cards, and you do a little reading, a 3-card reading, a past, present, future, and just put them in the comment below so that I can give you some information about that if you have questions, and I can address that. We can discuss that in the next video, because that's why the reason I've called this channel Tarot Talk with Lorna, because let's talk about the tarot. I've developed this fabulous deck. It's very personal to me, but it can also be personal to you. And I want to know, how do you read that card? How can you relate to this? And if you need some guidance, well, that's why I'm here, to help you to understand that a little bit better. The story of this card for me, like I said, the Priestess card is me on that card. And I relate it because that was the path that I was following. I'm still following it to some degree, but I was in a different energy. As you can see, there's the maiden, there's the mother, and there's the crone. And as I've gotten older, I'm no longer in this energy of this particular image on this card, because I'm much older now. I was only in my 40s when this picture was taken. And I was learning, I was experiencing many different things. I did a lot of courses over the years. When I had this photograph taken, I just completed a tarot course, that went for about 6 months. There was so much in that course and it was amazing. It really opened up my mind, expanded my mind and knowledge to how powerful the tarot cards are. Because like I said in the last video, not only that can they show you the way, the future, but the future's not written in stone. So you can change the future to how you want it to be, providing you change your mindset now and, you know, you begin to believe in yourself. You have confidence. So I can see, reflecting on this card for myself, just how far that I've come. And it's about trusting and finding some sort of guidance, a mentor or someone to help to work with you, but also to trust your inner guidance. And I did find many mentors along the way that inspired me. I've had quite a few tarot teachers over the years. And like I said, I was part of a spiritual group, a Wiccan group, a pagan group actually, for quite a few months. And I learned a lot from that group. So that's my journey. This card is causing me to reflect how far I've come. And you know, the journey of life never ends. It goes around the wheel of fortune, and we haven't got to that card just yet, but we will as I work through them. I'll explain it more. From the birth, from the soul, the new life, to understanding and thinking and analyzing the magician and making things happen to create, and to listen to your inner guidance along the way. So I hope I've been able to help you to understand that card a little better. And I'll leave it there. This has been Tarot Talk with Lorna. So don't forget to comment. Please do comment. Your comments are really important to me. I only have a few people at this moment in time following me that have subscribed, but there are more people than have subscribed that do watch these videos. So if you watch my video, could you please subscribe? It's free. You just click that word, the little thing at the bottom of the video. It says subscribe. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do anything other than that. But what it does is give me more numbers, more people subscribing to my channel. Once I have 1,000, then the YouTube algorithms change and more people can find my channel. And the more people that can find my channel, the more people I can help, and to help them to become more aware. And there are a lot of people that are interested in learning about the tarot, but they can't find me if they don't know that I exist and my videos are on YouTube, because they're just, there's so many videos on there today with people doing this sort of work. It is a passion of mine. It's something I'm very much wanting to continue on, even though I've had a lot of experience in the years and I do a lot of things, hypnotherapy, I see a lot of clients, but my passion is also spirituality, learning and helping people to understand more about who they are. So please subscribe, please like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all again very soon. And bye for now. Thank you.